Yeah. Y'all know what it is.
Get to the floor, what you waiting for? Cause we about to be straight to the top. Wait too long and now it's my time to show them all that it's not a game. I don't care what I'm looking like, I just gotta show you that I'm not going nowhere. Feel proud it, I don't doubt it. Show me that you're showing up about it, about it.
Thank you for joining us on the Life in the Now broadcast. Today we have a very, very special show. We're talking about discovering you and how some people are really stepping out in their vision, in their gifts, in their talents, and really bringing forth what God has placed on the inside of them. Today I want to introduce to you Miss Angelicia McDonald. She is the official hairstylist for the Life in the Now broadcast. Hi, Angelicia.
Hello.
Welcome.
Thank you so much. Excited to be here to share this time with you on the Discovering You journey.
Yes, yes.
I'm grateful to be here.
Mm-hmm. It's a real journey. So, Angelicia, tell me about, your journey now, living life in the now, and what you're doing with your business. And first of all, tell me, what's the name of your business?
I am Elevations Design Studio, and I have a suite at the Next Level Multicultural Salon on Mahan Drive. It's a lovely place. It's a place where we provide a wholesome atmosphere for people who want to come and not only have their hair styled, but also become elevated and raised up to another level where they feel appreciated, where they feel imparted into, and when they leave, they feel uplifted enough to share with someone else their experience about having their hair done with us at the next level.
Right. I'm telling y'all, it's an awesome, awesome place. I mean, just wonderful place, the Next Level Salon. But Angelicia, there's so many. I mean, we've been knowing each other for a few years now, and I watched you just grow, in your business. Just as a woman in your Christian life. And we know nobody's perfect. We all go through some things, but just to know that you, even with the things that you've gone through, that you still reach for what God has placed on the inside of you. You still pushing, going forward.
Yes. At times you feel as though, you can't see the next day coming to provide for you, but it always constantly reminds you that He is your provider. Right. You know what I mean? In the self-employed business, sometimes you want to make a schedule and you want to have a set out plan for your life, but it is a daily faith walk. And it wasn't until maybe 3 years ago that it hit me that I've been doing this for a very long time now, stepping out on faith daily, not knowing, if a salary is going to come to be able to support, but it just lets you know how much you have to trust in God. And, the more you learn about Him, He'll give you the opportunity to say, now really, do you believe this?
Right.
Do you believe that I am your source?
Exactly.
And so He proves it to me every time.
Right. And you are a survivor, because I'm telling you, I mean, some of the stories, we talk all the time, but I'm telling you are a survivor, girl, because you moved away for a while. And then you heard God tell you to come back, and I know that to be true because I moved away and God was like, you got to go home, and I started boo crying. Go where? What? When? Why? I don't want to go back. I'm done. This is good. I'm okay right here in Atlanta. It's just like He's kicking all of us out of Atlanta, and everybody's trying to get there, and He like, no, you going back. So how did that happen with you?
Well, my grandmothers, both of them provided a lot of encouragement and support during that time. My mom also has always been the one where, you pursue after your dreams. She never stopped me from pursuing after my dreams. But what I recognize is that there is a ground that God fertilizes for you to flourish in. It's not to say that you can't survive in another territory, but it will be a struggle to try to make your way when He's already provided a way for you to just float in, and having to learn that I had to go away and scrape my knee a couple times to be able to say, okay, well, I'm tripping over some things out here, as opposed to listening to the word that was spoken to me about standing still. So, being a child, you do have to be disobedient, but I thank God that he does not kill us, you know, that he simply chastises us to the point where we can learn from our mistakes and say, okay, I know not to go that way anymore. At least I know what he sounds like to me now.
And it brings forth wisdom and that closeness with God and that relationship. Like there's nothing like a relationship with God, because everything, if you have that relationship with God, it won't be long to where you'll look around and say, this ain't God. This ain't God. I got to get out of here.
Right.
You know, whatever situation it is, whether it's, you know, your geographical area where you've moved or a personal relationship, you know, he always speaking. And a lot of times we move so fast because, you know, our heart is just drawn to certain things. But, you know, if we just listen, God, he's always working. He's always moving. He's, you know, I'm not going to say he's always talking, because sometimes, you know, he's just like, I ain't saying nothing. I already spoke. So you what you going to do? You know? So, but it's about really forming that relationship with him. And so, you know, you've been back now for
about 2.5 years now.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, it went by quickly.
Right.
3 years.
It has been a while.
But he's restoring, and it's not just that he's restoring back to where I was, mercy. And I thank God through, you know, studying his word and finding out what exactly, you know, he's providing for us, mercy. That's something that you don't deserve. That means I could have given you what you deserve. You really deserve for that little scratch that you got to stay there, and you could have nursed it back, but because he's a father, he provides mercy and Band-Aids and Neosporin to heal you back and restore you, you know, seriously. And then he brings in people so that you can connect with and share with them, okay, now see how I got this right here? You don't have to do that the same way I did. But even if you do, he will be there with his mercy, you know, freely to give towards you, renewed daily, so that you can accept it and catch you back up where you were supposed to be during that time. Or further along.
Yes, because I know with me, I'm like, God, sometimes I just sit up and I think, I'm like, you really love me like that. That's my daddy. I love that man because of the position. I have been placed in a lot of positions to where, well, I'm not going to say I was placed there. I walked in them. You know what
exactly.
You know, because I felt like I knew what I was doing. But God was so merciful, like you said, and so graceful. And instead of him just dismissing us, he reconciles us. He brings us back. You know, he's so loving. He's so loving. And that's why, you know, I push so hard to do what I'm supposed to do, to manifest the things that I'm supposed to manifest, to use my gifts and talents for him. I mean, look, you're an awesome woman of God. We know that. But what's on the inside of Angelicia that God is trying to get out?
Daily, I'm discovering. Daily, what I've learned is obedience is definitely better than sacrifice. If there's an opportunity for you to minister, which I've now discovered that is part of my daily work. People come in heavy. I mean, these are things that in knowledge I've been trained in, especially in cosmetology school and dealing with people who are older than me in the profession. You gain knowledge, but wisdom is when you know what to do with the knowledge. When they come inside, you know how to cater to them. There was one point where my bishop, Alvin Stewart, I love him so, ministered to us about serving as if you're serving Jesus. And each individual person deserves that same love that God would give to you, and you need to reciprocate that back to people freely, and not for a motivation, not for a goal, not to get something from them, but just because you know a part of your assignment is displaying him. When I look at you, you are the express image of Christ himself, because I know he lives in you, and I have to cater to you and cater to what your needs are to make sure that I'm displaying him for an intended glory to manifest.
Exactly, because we are all different, but we are all God. You know, we all possess that spirit, God's spirit on the inside of us. And Psalms 82, Psalms 81, somewhere over there, y'all can go look it up, but it talks about you are little G, you are little God, you know, but we represent a big G, the big God, you know. So And the Bible talks about how long will we judge unjustly, us little G's.
Yes.
You know, how long will we allow, you know, the unjust to do what they want to do, or how long will we allow really ourselves to be beneath who we are called to be?
Exactly.
So, you know, God has really, he has given us so many little secrets.
Yes.
And right now, I'm telling you, in discovering who I am really, I'm like Peter now. Hey, I'm getting some revelation.
Right.
A lot of revealed knowledge is coming into fruition. And so, like you said about the wisdom, now I'm learning wisdom, and wisdom as to how to minister it to my life.
Yes.
And to others,
Yes.
my children, because they need to know about themselves and how to seek God for what he has placed on the inside of them. And I feel like if at a very early age, that this thing would have been cultivated in me, I don't know where I would have been. But I thank God that now I know, and now I'm learning, and now I'm making myself available.
Yes. To be used by him is a humbling experience. You know, at first I used to think that this is a position that, you know, people could take as vain. You know, we're working in an image, and you know, sometimes it could cause people to think too highly of themselves because we're focused on uplifting them. But there was someone who told me before, it's not that you should take this job as vain, because God produced the creation, but he told Adam and Eve to dominate, subdue.
Yes.
So what helped me was to know that his creation is here, but I helped to bring form to his creation.
Right.
And it helped me to take a different perspective on what I do, as opposed to saying, oh, you know, you do this, and what if this runs out and it's not important to people anymore? Bringing form to his creation, he is the one who has us on the potter's wheel and forms us how he wants us to. So, you know, the significance in that is carry it over into your daily life. Try to always portray Jesus how he would be in your life.
Yes, that is awesome. How are you portraying Jesus in your life? How do people see you? What do they see? How is your spirit? We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right